Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about another topic related to echo command. Mainly, we are going to discuss how we can format the date using echo command. Okay. In one of our previous session, we have already discussed the date function, like through which we can retrieve the values. But there we used it for fetching the current timestamp, right? Now, today we will also see some other ways through which we can fetch the other date related information, how we can modify the date, how we can format the date, right? So these things we are going to discuss in this session. So first of all, we will understand the requirement, like why we need to format the date. L- Just assume a scenario where you are working for a project and there might be some requirement like where you want to showcase the date in MDY format, DMY format or YMD format, right? So in such situation, we have to format the date, and to format the date or to store the date, what we can do, we can use echo command, because with echo command you can format the date and as well as you can store that date into any file, and then from that file you can maybe use it for further process, right? So this is the overall requirement for which we are supposed to format the date with the help of echo command. Although echo command is just for printing the values, but through echo command we can format the date, it means inside a echo command, and then we can display the same. Clear? So yeah, I think now we are good to start with a practical session. So for that, what I do here, I will firstly run one command qsh. Now what qsh will do, it will open the Qshell command entry. Okay, so this is Qshell command entry where we can run any of the Qshell related command to generate the output. Now, firstly, I will show you the command which we have already discussed, which is date, right? And then with that date command, we will understand what was the value which we were retrieving previously, and what is the value which we are retrieving now. Okay, just to differentiate, I'll show you both process. So previously, what we learned, like whenever you write here echo, then double quote and current timestamp, this is just a verbiage or text, you can change it as per your need. And then here, to print the date, what we used to do, like we write here date, okay, and close the double quote. So this time it will not only return the date but return the entire timestamp, entire current timestamp. Okay, so for that what we can do, we can simply hit enter here, so it will showcase the current timestamp. So this is just our fixed part, or you can say text part, verbiage part, and this is the timestamp where you can see day, it is returning day, month, date, hour, minute, seconds, and time format like coordinated universal time and year 2024. So this is what we have already discussed, right? Now suppose we want to fetch only the date portion from it, then how we can do it? So for that, what you can do, you can simply write echo. This time I will write it as current date, because we are just going to fetch the current date only. Okay, current date, then colon, and here I'll write dollar, then opening parenthesis, date, then space plus, and after that what we will do, we will write here percentile capital D. So what percentile capital D will do, it will fetch only the date portion from the timestamp. Now those who have already watched the previous session they have understanding, like yes, we used to do this thing also during the previous example, right? So if I hit enter here, what it will do, okay, I think something is wrong here, let me write it. Percentile D, then we are using percentile D, okay, then we have bracket and percent, okay. Okay, yeah, so there's some we made a mistake, like here instead of percentile we have to put the dollar symbol, right? Yeah, so now it is correct. If we try to hit enter now, it will show you the current date. Okay, and that this date is in the format of MDY, month, which is 3, representing March. Then we have day, 17th date, okay, and then we have year, Fine. Now there are various other things that we can fetch from this thing. Let me show you that. So here if you try to write y, and then if you hit enter, it will show you year, current year. Okay, so in this case you can change this text as well. Current year, you can make it as current year. Now another thing is a assignment for you, like you can try to explore it, like what value it is actually returning. What will happen if I make it as capital M. Okay, so if I make it capital M, you can see it is returning 26. So this thing you can try to figure out, like why it is returning 23, because for time being we will focus on other things that is related to date formatting. And this thing just for your assignment purpose, like I have just explained you two things, but I'll give you hint that whenever you are writing capital M or small m, it will uh, be treated as differently. For example, if I try to write small m, it is returning 3, representing month, right? But in case of capital M, it is returning 26. So just try to figure out like why it is returning 26. Okay, now so what we will do now, this time I'll show you, I'll open my sketchpad in order to fetch the current date format. Yeah, so this is the another format that you can use in order to fetch the date as per your requirement. So if I show you here, you can see we are printing today's date. Just make sure that if you are trying to print the single quote, then use the outer quote as double quote. Okay, otherwise it will give you error. So as I'm using inside a single quote inside, that's why I'm returning double quote outside. Okay, then for date, simply write dollar date plus, and inside double quote you can write the format. So in my case, format is percentile y, which is capital Y, then hyphen percentile small m hyphen percentile small d, and then close the double quote, close the parenthesis, and close the outer double quote. So if you hit enter now, it will show you the date in this format, which is 2024-03-17, year, month, and day. Okay, likewise, let's say if I want to fetch only 2-digit year, then in that case I can make it as small y, and if I hit enter, you can see it is returning 24-03-17. Clear? Fine. Let's say someone asks you to print the date in MDY format. So in this case, just simply write it as capital small m, d, and y. On pressing enter, you can see it is returning 3/17/24, which is month, date, and year. Likewise, if you want to print it as YMD format, so in that case you can simply write, okay, YMD we have already, MDY, then we are means overall, like if you want to switch it from one place to another, then it will change your data accordingly, and in case of capital Y, it will return the complete year. Okay, so we have discussed MDY, YMD, and you can make it as DMY, D and M and Y. On pressing enter, it will print the date in date, month, and year format. Okay, and if you want a complete year, then in that case you can make it as capital Y, so it will print you the date like this: 17, which is date, 3 is March, and 2024 is representing the year. Okay, fine. So yeah, these are the some ways through which you can easily format your date as per your requirement, and then that date maybe you can store it into file, as we have already discussed, like how to use echo command in order to redirect data into file. Okay, so yeah, I think now it is clear, and due to some issue, like system is scheduled to be power off at 9. Okay, fine, no problem, like we will quickly complete this thing. So for that, what I will do, I will simply write here work mbr pdm in order to show you the source. Like I'll just quickly show you how you can customize it for the date function or for date formatting. For that, you can simply write dcl here, take F4, provide your variable name, type, storage, and length. So these are the basic things. If you have any doubt, you can refer the previous session, then simply hit enter, and then you can use chgvar command in order to change the value here. So instead of this process ID, because this is the old program, you can change it with the new date related stuff that we have just explored on the screen, right? Qshell screen. And then once your variable is ready, then you can use the strqsh in order to run the command. So simply write strqsh, provide your variable name, and then we are good to use this program. Right now I'm not compiling and calling it because this is my old program. But if you have made the changes, then you can compile it and call it, and for sure you will get the proper result. Okay. So yeah, in this session we just discussed like how we can use the uh, the Qshell command echo in order to format and print the date. I hope it is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.